Alright, welcome to my first VTM for 3D Max 9. I'll take you through a basic tutorial that is not of my own. However, this can be found at 3dtotal.com. Here you'll learn how to achieve the basic fundamentals, how to create a scene within 3D Max. Alright, let's get started. Alright, let's go ahead and create a plane. Alright, select our viewport. Doesn't matter what size it is, we're going to go ahead and resize it now to the length to 550 and our width to 550. Now also what we want to do is go ahead and select our segments and resize our segments to 200. Alright, there we go. Now we want to select each of our viewports and go ahead and turn off our grid by pressing G on the keyboard after selecting each viewport. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's see what it looks like a little bit zoomed in. Yep, there we go. Alright. Alright, let's go ahead and open up our material editor by pressing M. Select the first box. Then you'll select the little box by diffuse. Let's go ahead and create smoke. There it is. Go ahead and click OK. Now we want to go ahead and resize this. It's always good to resize that so that way we have our different settings. So we're going to go ahead and resize that to 200. Resize this to 20 and to 2.5. Alright, now that we got it resized, now everything looks good. We'll check. And we'll go to our modifier list. Go ahead and go and find displace. Alright, now that we got displace in there, we're going to use actually displace to mess up this plane a little bit. Let's resize the strength to 180. Alright. You don't really need gizmo on. Gizmo just selects the target. You don't really need to do any of that. Now, you want to leave everything the same here. Everything looks pretty good. Go ahead and select map, click none. Then you'll click material editor. Go ahead and select diffuse. At the bottom, click OK. Now you see that we have some hills and stuff and some little mountains in the background going. Let's go ahead and press F4, turn off our grid. Rotate this around a little bit. Alright. So now we pretty much got our noise set up for this. Go ahead and select our modifier list again, and we're going to be doing turbo smooth. This will actually add a little bit more definition to our model. Now those of you that have a slower PC, you probably don't want to add this. This is just going to add a little bit more effect. It's not really worth it if it's going to slow your machine down. Go ahead and select render, select 1, and let's turn it back off. Okay. It's going to add a little bit more detail to it. Zoom in here. Now we want to go ahead and get it set up like we would look at our scene, and let's just go ahead and render. Select render, or you can actually press F10. Go ahead and select render. Now see that we got a little bit more detail added to it. Looks pretty good. Nothing fancy. Go ahead and close that. Alright. Let's go ahead and go back to our material editor. Go ahead and select the second box. And we're going to rename this to ground material. Okay. We got ground material set up. Alright, let's go ahead and just select and drag it over to it, drop it in. go ahead and select standard. You can reference ground material here in this box here. Let's go ahead and cancel. Alright, let's go ahead and select none. Click mix. Go down, click OK. Alright, now our first color box, we want to go ahead and set up our colors. We can go ahead and set that to 35. Set our next one to 15. And the last one we'll leave at 0. We should basically have like almost a blackish, brownish color. Let's go ahead and select our second color wheel and set that to 255, which is already at, oops, 255. Second one, we want to go ahead and set this to 205. And the last one we're going to go ahead and set to 100. And we'll get this orange color. Alright. Now, we're going to select the last box, which is none. And we're going to go ahead and select fall off. This is actually going to have our colors fall from each other, fall off of each other. Down here at this last box, we're going to go ahead and select World Z Axis. Okay, it's going to separate our two colors from the top to the bottom. And this down here, this is actually going to give us our strength. This is our curve editor. Alright. Now it doesn't have to be exact, you know, but you can just follow along. Pretty much is what I'm doing based on a tutorial on the internet that I'm looking at right now from 3D Total. So nothing has to be really exactly the same. Alright, let's go ahead and render this now, see what it looks like. Now you see that we have our two colors in here, everything's separated. It's actually starting to look pretty good. Let's go back to our material editor. Alright. Oh, one thing that I forgot to do actually. Just come back here. Let's bring that back. Let's go ahead and turn all of our models to where they're not on wireframe. Just gonna move this around real quick. Let's render this from the top view for a second, just so you can pretty much see the entire map and see what kind of detail you're working with. See the